Welcome you back to Black Site. Tonight we're going to talk about the beef between Stephen A. Smith and Terrell Owens is starting to explode. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Stephen A. Smith has rekindled a beef with Terrell Owens. And this goes back to a 2019 interview with Stephen A. Smith, Terrell Owens, and Max Kellerman, in which Terrell Owens basically called Stephen A. Smith a coon. During the interview, he said that Max Kellerman was more of a black man arguing for Colin Kaepernick than Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. Smith was heated, and he's still heated. And I'm telling you right now, that was 4 years ago. But Stephen A. Smith does a podcast, and they were talking, and he brought up Terrell Owens and says, I might expose this pathetic individual. And the thing about it is that Stephen A. Smith, after all this time, is still walking around carrying a grudge against Terrell Owens for what he said. Basically, that Max Kellerman was speaking more up for Colin Kaepernick, that he was standing by Colin Kaepernick's side, that he would be able to come back in the NFL and play quarterback. We know how Max Kellerman believed in the Colin Kaepernick situation, and you know how Max Kellerman truly believes in most things that are black. He's a progressive liberal. And basically, this has got under Stephen A. Smith's skin, and he has not forgotten about it. Stephen A. Smith has threatened to expose Terrell Owens. So basically, Terrell Owens came back with an Instagram post. He said, yes, I'm pathetic, lost, but he told Stephen A. Smith, next time I see you, I hope you keep that same energy when you in my presence. Basically threatening Stephen A. Smith. And he said, I don't care that you have a platform where you speak the loudest and can say whatever you want to say. He said, if you're going to expose me so everybody can see it. This is what Terrell Owens has said. And you know Stephen A.'s mouth won't stop. He's not scared of Terrell Owens. But the whole issue started is because of Stephen A. Smith feelings being hurt, being called less than a black man by Terrell Owens for not supporting Colin Kaepernick. So now this has hit in the streets. You know, we got black men out here on TV fighting like teenagers, which they are. You got Jason Whitlock fighting with Deion Sanders, Stephen A. Smith, Shay Sharp. This has turned into a ghetto hot mess. But the thing about it, Terrell Owens said in his post, I don't bother nobody. I haven't said anything. He went back 4 years. This is how angry Stephen A. Smith still is about this situation that he said and embarrassed him in front of the whole world, Max Kellerman. And we also know that Stephen A. Smith possibly took this out on Max Kellerman because he said that he couldn't work with Max Kellerman. So Max Kellerman eventually was let go off of First Take. Secondly, Max Kellerman was fired from ESPN after all the layoffs. So Stephen A. Smith might have some feminine tendencies to where if you embarrass him or he feel as though you thought you could outrank him, that he'll eventually come at you. And basically, that's what he's telling Terrell Owens. I got something on you. But Terrell Owens said, if you got it, expose me. But remember, have that energy because you know they're going to run into each other. You know Terrell going to walk up on him. You know Terrell going to say, man, what is you talking about? So what is Stephen A. going to do? He going to pull his ESPN card? He gonna run to the microphone? See, this some man shit now. When you said this man was pathetic and he was a loss, when you say something like that, man, you go to the core of his manhood. And you know Terrell Owens is going to defend himself. So why did Stephen A even bring up the situation? Let bygones be bygones. Let things go. But no, this Negro can't do it. He can't do it. Oh, his feelings was hurt. Matter of fact, his feelings was super hurt. Because the way he said, called this man pathetic. This man is a Hall of Famer in the NFL, respected by other NFL players, no matter the stuff that he did on the field. We know the controversy that Terrell Owens did, but we also got to remember, he spoke his mind. You invited him on the show. He said what he believed, and he left it at that. But I didn't know Stephen A. still harbored all this anger towards Terrell Owens. And let me tell you something. Terrell Owens ain't backing down. And it seems like Stephen A. ain't backing down. But the problem with this whole situation is that you got to see this big brother who was in maximum shape. So you know some words gonna be said. Now, I don't know if Terrell gonna put his hands on him. You understand? But Stephen A. talk a lot of shit. And ain't nobody put their hands on his ass yet. And by calling this man basically pathetic, like he committed some crimes or something, it's truly, truly unprofessional by Stephen A. Smith. But he feels as though he has the power over at ESPN to say and do whatever he wants to do. It's his show. Okay? And that's how he feels right now. And that's how he feels towards Terrell Owens. And let me tell you something. Terrell don't need nobody to speak for him. He'll speak for himself. And he's going to do it right up in Stephen A.'s grill. And I bet you Stephen A. backed down like the bitch that he is. This was classless. He didn't have to come at that brother like that. He could have just let it go. Like everybody else let it go. But he refused to squash the beef. I don't think it's going to happen. This is a sad day. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button. Also share this video if you like to. Leave a comment in the comment section.